Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Adam, and today we're going to be taking a look at Michael Bay's Pearl Harbor film on the Vista series DVD. This is the director's cut. Now, Pearl Harbor came out in June of 2001 by Touchstone Pictures, which is the Disney-owned company, and in theaters, and it was made on a budget of $140 million. Now, the story of its production is kind of frustrating for Michael Bay, as Disney was pressuring him to make it PG-13, and a lot of stuff he was filming was not PG-13. He did eventually, be persuaded by Disney for whatever reason, and it came out theatrically in June of 2001, and it made over £449 million. So basically a commercial success on the numbers. The reaction to the film was not as favourable as the ticket sales. Now, the reason why so many people went to see it is off the back of his previous efforts, Bad Boys, The Rock, and Armageddon. Michael Bay was going to be directing Pearl Harbor, a story of Japan attacking America on the island of Hawaii at Pearl Harbor, attacking their naval base and decimating it. It's a really sad story, and not the last time America would be attacked by terrorism, but, it has a very emotional meaning for Americans, and so there was a lot of hype for this film coming up for its release. The theatrical trailer was everywhere. It starred Ben Affleck and Kate Beckinsale, who Ben Affleck had worked with Michael Bay previously, made a name for himself at Armageddon, and it was hyped as having like the best special effects of that time. In fact, Michael Bay received a letter from George Lucas congratulating him on making such a great film. A lot of historians did not feel the same. A lot of film fans did not feel the same, as it was filled with inaccuracies, and it was basically Michael Bay making his film, which is basically his style is, let's make a film that looks cool, and is just a thrill ride, for a couple of hours. And that's the type of films he makes. Nothing wrong with that, and they're great films. I personally enjoyed Pearl Harbor when I watched it on this version, the director's cut, which is only about 12 minutes longer than the theatrical cut, but also contains a lot of edits, making it an R-rated film. And this is the only way you can see this R-rated film on this Vista series 4-disc set. When it was released on home media in December 2001, just literally weeks after 9/11 had happened, it sold well. It had a 1-disc set, a 2-disc set, a 3-disc set, a commemorative set. It was on VHS, VCD, DVD. It sold well because there is a fan base for it, but also because of the nature of it. But it didn't sell as well as it could have, given how many people went to see it at the cinema, but then realized that I like this film and then didn't buy it on home media, but enough people did, and there were enough editions out there. You had plenty of choice. It is a really good film, I think. Hans Zimmer did the music to it, and it's like over 3 hours long, and it contains a 3-way love story. Now, the film was made actually in Pearl Harbor. Michael Bay had a lot of cooperation from the Navy, the military of America, to make this film. And Jerry Bruckheimer was the producer. On home video, it was released under the Buena Vista production company, which again owned by Disney. And like I said, the production was filmed in Hawaii. The same exact set as Titanic was used to create the sinking of a battleship in the film. State of the art ILM effects were created. They were rendering real life Spitfire planes, or real life Spitfire like planes, sorry. the Japanese version, and they were rendering them in really high quality. The visual effects of this film is really good. I'm going to put some screenshots up here of literally me pointing my phone at the TV and taking a picture, and you can see what the quality is like on a DVD on my setup of this film. The special effects are really good and will stand up even in a 4K arena, I think. Even in Blu-ray, like, they're really, really, well done. Michael Bay actually had real planes within this film flying around and mixed in with CGI planes, and you really cannot tell the difference. The effects is that good. For the time that this film was made in 2000 and early 1999, or late 1999, it is a stellar film. The cast in it, like I said, Ben Affleck, Kate Beckinsale, you've got Alec Baldwin. There is a whole host of actors in this film that are really good, and it is a period film. It's set in 1941, so attitudes, the way people talk, the way people live their lives was totally different and authentically created. Like, Michael Bay actually had a lot of film historians working on this film to make sure things were correct. And from Michael Bay's point of view, he made a film that is accurately correct, but at the same time does take a liberty or a license here and there for the sake of dramatic showcase only. He was totally happy with this. It's a really good film. I really would say go and buy this, because if you don't already have it, it is a really good film. I enjoyed it. I don't really get the negativity against it, because a lot of effort and a lot of love and a lot of care was poured into this film, and it isn't a bad film. It's over 3 hours long, but it doesn't feel like that. But anyway, we're going to go through this DVD release, because this is a really good release. And again, the only way you can see the director's cut, which is really gory. Like, there are scenes in here which are really hardcore gory. On the back is a list of all the extras that you get. Now, all of these extras are available in the 3-disc set, with a couple of more actually added, and the commemorative set. There is also those physical items in this set that aren't available in any other edition. The amount of what you get, so it's a 4-disc set. Now, on the first 2 discs, you have the film split over the 2 discs in the director's cut format. You also have the audio option of Dolby Digital 5.1 or DTS, I believe. You also have 3 audio commentaries with Michael Bay, Jerry Bruckheimer, the cast, historians, Michael Bay's tutor, who loves him and always talks about him. There are there is 2 other discs which contain roughly 3 to 4 hours each of documentaries, featurettes, deleted scenes, multi-angle breakdowns. Just so much is put onto this disc set. But what do you get? Let's have a look inside. So you open it up, and it kind of looks like this, and it's got a nice little pull-out letter here, a replica remake of an address from Franklin D. Roosevelt in 1941, and they basically replicate the letter. I won't read it out, but you can pause the video if you want to read it there. It's a really nice addition. It's a physical item. You'll probably read it the once and then pop it back in and probably never read it again. It's a nice little thing, keepsake in there. I do like when they do this, but it's like, once you look at it, you're probably never going to look at it again. And it's sitting in this nice little holder thing. And then you've got a film, picture of the film there. And then you open it up and you get more. It's like a book. The discs are housed in this case here, which flips up. It's pretty funky, to be honest. So you hold that up. That then comes down. It's really funky. That then comes down, and then you've got disc 1, disc 2, if I can show you properly. Disc 2. And then you've got disc 3. And then disc 4. So these two are the extras, and then these two are the films. Now, it is cardboard, so when you do take the disc out, over time, it may scratch. It's not very well, I would say, put together, but you can slip this out if you want to manage that separately. It's a bugger to get back in, though. It's pretty cool in terms of, you know, it's different from a plastics, you know, case, but it's pretty fiddly, to be fair. Then you've got other things here. So you open this up, and then you've got this director's cut thing, which when you open contains a nice little booklet, and this is the weird thing, a $10 coupon. If you have the commemorative edition, you can save yourself $10 when you buy the Vista series version. You put that in the Vista series. That should be in the commemorative edition version. Why that is in here, I do not get. But yeah, upgrade to the Vista series, found in the Vista series, to save $10 if you already own the commemorative set. Anyway, we'll go through this booklet in a second. It opens up again, and then you've got this tied thing here with some trading cards, which I'll show you. And then you've got some more pictures here, and then you open it up again, and you've got a picture of the famous attack in Japan. It is a really nice set. There are physical items in here, and there is a whole host of digital featurettes and behind the scenes. You basically get to see them making the entire thing. There's an interactive timeline which has about an hour of footage to watch. There is 2 National Geographic documentaries on the history of Japan and the history of Pearl Harbor. Like this, you know what? After watching those documentaries, it's no wonder Pearl Harbor happened, because the way the Japanese people were treated by America is absolutely disgraceful. Racism, segregation, making them feel like outsiders, like in Hawaii when they started to arrive on the shores. You know, like America thinks like, well, we own this country, mate. You know, they were really considered lower class and treated like, you know, peasants by Americans over many centuries. Like, and it was also the Americans who brought technology to Japan when they rocked up in like 18 something with the first click camera, and the Japanese people graciously accepted the gift, were very nice to them, and then America just shit all over them. I mean, I guess Japan got their own back by creating like some of the best technology on the planet, you know. All thanks to you given the gift from the Americans. But literally, it's the case of the American Indians all over again. So I ain't surprised, and I ain't faulting Japan for attacking Pearl Harbor. It's a shame it happened, but it's America's fault it did. So, in my opinion, anyway. So the trading cards that you get are just pictures of the actors. It's like a postcard, you know. You can mail people these if you want, but you've got Kate Beckinsale there, looking very female and very nice. Ben Affleck, man the guns, join the fights. It's America, fuck yeah. You've got Cuba Gooding Jr., who plays a part in the film, like not a major character, and to be honest, if his role was removed, you wouldn't miss it. I think that was ticking the boxes of, you know, PC things at the time. Josh Hartnett's in it as well. Like, it's a really good film. Everybody is really good. Cuba Gooding Jr. is really good, even in his little micro role he's got. He is a stellar actor. He's really good. Everybody performs a really good part. The booklet is basically your guide to this set. It basically goes through everything. So here is a list of the contents that you will have on every single disc. It is really detailed. You can pause that if you want to see. Then there is a Michael Bay notation here, kind of explaining why he changed the events and all that. And then it goes through the scene selections for the 2 discs where the films are set. And I'm glad this was put on 2 discs, because that means the film has more room to breathe with the bit rate. If it was all squeezed onto one, it would be in lower quality, but thankfully the bit rate on this film is between 4 to 6 megabits per second on both discs. The film was shot on Panavision cameras with anamorphic lenses and East Kodak stock. It is a really well-made film, and it really translates well. The picture quality, as you saw from the screenshots, is really good, even during the horrific scenes. There is a history of like what happened with real pictures of the events at the time, and then it goes through the discs and what is on there, the supplements, and it breaks down the production diaries, the boot camps, all of the documentaries here. I mean, I'll show you a few pages, but like, it is worth picking up just to see and read this booklet. It's been put together very, very nicely. The whole film's I think it's really good. Even a Super 8 montage. Like, I thought that the scenes that they shot with Super 8 cameras in the film, when they quickly flashed to it, there wasn't enough of it. It should have had more. That was almost like a test to see if it would work or not. But yeah, really nice. The sound, you got DTS, you got Dolby Digital 5.1. They're both very similar from my point of view. They do rock the boat. They are really nice. Yeah, the interactive timeline is really interesting. You hear and learn about the history of not only Japan, but America's relationship with Japan. And it's a really interesting interactive thing where you go through the centuries and you learn about the various different pioneers who did this and who did that. And I found this whole collective disc set is really good. It's got a music video by Faith Hill, which looks totally Americanized, and is honestly looks like it's trying to be like Titanic. The song is just okay. It doesn't really take off for me, but the film is, yeah. I enjoyed this film, if you can't tell, and I would say out of all the releases, yes, this is available on Blu-ray, which is going to have much better picture quality, but you're only getting the theatrical PG-13 version on Blu-ray. This is the R-rated director's cut, so it's extended, it's much better, it's like Saving Private Ryan type of gore, more hardcore I'd say as well. See a guy's guts just coming out, and he's going, oh, I'm dying. And honestly, this is the best way to own this film. If they release this on 4K, which I'm sure in the future they will, it better be the director's cut, because this is the best cut of the film. Alternate shots, alternate scenes to make it the R-rated that the theatrical cut just doesn't have. I haven't seen the theatrical cut, but a lot of people say that seems more boring. I didn't find this boring at all. There were no scenes in here where it's like, well, that didn't need to be in here, mate. I find this a really good film. But that is my, DVD review of Pearl Harbor on the Vista series director's cut version. Let me know your thoughts about the film down in the comments below, and which version do you have on home video? I do have a VCD version of it somewhere as well. I didn't check out the quality on that thing though, but it did come out on VHS. Didn't know Laserdisc though, because in America they were over by 2001. But it's a shame really, because it would have looked really awesome on Laserdisc. And the artwork, I think the original artwork here is pretty cool, very American, very wartime. I think it's the best Pearl Harbor film I've ever seen. Tora covered the same kind of thing, but I find that this is a much better film. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. Join me in the next one. I'm going to cover more Vista series. I'll be covering a Super Bit series. I'll be covering a Criterion series of releases, all on this channel, and I'll be diving into the format of DVD as a whole in a new series coming forth in the future as well. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.